you don't like bad language or adult themes,
do one, you cunt.
The Minch FC Podcast.
How class will it be though if I go mental to an early goal during the podcast? Keep that one in.
I don't want to be sitting at the end of year dinner with a fucking empty table. It's
I've
one
heard
of my
that before.
favourite ones.
What a back four that is, I'm telling you.
I'm fast and slow now. I was skinny and fast back then. Was that not a proud
Get off
moment?
me a year later. How's that proud?
It's for the,
Because they're running on pure street time. That is street time, I'm telling you.
Demanding shit of people, telling Mike you had to clean your boots because you're the captain. Just power just went straight to your noggin. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the Minchendon podcast. My name's Sam. I'm all alone this week. Dan is currently off, I think, making himself some dinner instead of being on the podcast. It is week 3, so we are into the third 11. For who you don't know, that is the team that I manage. I've managed to wrangle in Chris Cawthorne, long-standing Minch member, and Ben Shirley. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening,
good
Sam.
evening. You alright?
How are you both? Chris, how's lockdown been?
It's treating me well. Very well. How about yourself?
Do you know what? You're the first person to ask me how I've been. I'm okay, thank you. Yeah. Lockdown's not been too sort of bad for me. With stuff. Ben, how's it been for you? I know you've got a little one sitting at home, so
Yeah, it's been a bit mental, really, having a baby in lockdown and all the hospital stuff and all that. But yeah, just having a baby, really.
Congratulations, Ben.
Quite busy. Cheers, mate.
by the time this podcast go out, our very own Darren Glyde might be a dad by that point.
Dan Saunders as well. He had a baby.
Dan Saunders is everyone's
all dropping like flies.
Yeah. It is customary for our podcast, and I know this won't be applicable to you, Chris, but it is you have to have yourself a little tipple. So, Ben, what have you bought as your drink of choice this week?
It was an offer in Tesco's, so I got a Brewdog Hazy Jane. It didn't have any punk left.
You love it, don't you?
Getting a bit of the Brewdog in.
Sam,
I'm drinking a bottle of water.
Flavoured? Flavoured?
No, the finest tap water around.
Peckham Spring.
is what I've gone for this week. I'm trying to do something different every week. It was red wine. Now I'm on the rum and cokes. It's obviously going downhill.
Anything specific rum or just Tesco rum?
Bit of
Gin
spice.
next.
Bit of spiced rum. Can't beat it.
Tough start to the year, and obviously this is a bit weird because obviously it's my team. I'm the one who runs the 11 that both of you play in. So I'm going to be asking questions, and obviously I'm going to have some sort of opinion. I will try and keep it to myself a little bit, and try not to correct you guys too much. But Ben, I know you've played a few games this season. You played a lot last year.
Yeah.
How do you think the season's sort of been going for the third 11?
Probably could have gone better. But obviously, I haven't seen a lot of it. I played a few pre-season games, and I thought we played all right in them. So I don't really know what's going on this season, really, in the league.
I mean, so yeah, Chris, you played in pretty much you've been at least all of the games. Just to put it into context, the third 11 are currently sitting second bottom, not won a game this year in cup or league. 2 draws, 2 points. Currently, what we're sitting at. How do you think it's sort of going? Is it what it seems on paper? Is there a different story?
I think it's a different story this year. I don't know what's happened. Predominantly same players. Maybe the 2 40-year-olds in the middle, close into retirement. That Mike Green, he's coming close to hanging his boots up. Barrett maybe still got a bit of legs in him.
Mike said, "Don't go for me in the podcast. Don't go for me."
Straight in. I think we need to find some fresh legs in the middle. Especially Mike Green. Yeah, he needs to go. But other than that, we haven't been as prolific in front of goal. Got Brandon in, looks positive. Miles looks positive. Jordan playing in CDM, very positive. I think if we can nail a formation and we can stick to that week in and week out, we could have a strong season. But up to now, with the big break since February, I think there's a lot of fitness issues, and it's something we need to improve on.
Do you think? I think fitness is something that you're 100% like nailed on. Lockdown hasn't happened. If lockdown hasn't happened, would it be different? I think a lot of people's fitness is not as good as it was. But do you think our fitness was a problem without COVID, without lockdown?
You got to think though, people play every Saturday.
Yeah.
If you play every Saturday, that's 90 minutes in it of fitness a week. It's intense for that full 90 minutes.
It's consistency, isn't it, Ben?
Yeah, and you've got to go, sort of thing. If you're on your own, you've got to motivate yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that comment. I think having a run of games behind you as the same players, same 11, same 14 every week, bar one or two maybe if we have absences, it's that consistency that can get the boys playing better together. And again, like Ben said, some boys, will work. Some boys aren't hitting the gym. Some boys might not run. So their fitness is every Saturday.
I mean, it's crazy because you really do think about it. It's amateur football. We're playing 4-0 and we're talking about people having to go out for runs and gyms and stuff to play that level. And you know what? I completely agree. Sometimes you can see teams that don't play a lot of football, don't go out to the gym or don't go running, and you see it on the pitch. I think that's just something that goes through.
It's just having the motivation to do it. Like, no one likes doing it, do they? But everyone likes playing football.
Yeah. You wouldn't think that you'd have to do this in 4 North, Sam, but like we saw with Latimer at the beginning of the season, and I don't know, we haven't played them yet, but is it Catania at the top, 5 wins, 5 games? They've got fit players. They've got fit players, and that's the level we need to get to if we want to compete this year.
So, what do you think is achievable, and what do you expect us to do? So, going into this season, what did you think we were going to achieve? And now we're sort of 3 games in, knowing how we've played, and what do you think we can achieve, Ben?
Well, obviously, if you get a run of games behind you can get in the top half, can't you? And then maybe go on a run in a cup. That's achievable. I would say one thing as well that could get the lads back together. Have a few, like maybe one night a week training, but not even training, just a knockabout. Yeah. Like we can all go power league. I mean, some people can't. I probably won't be able to. I don't know how far people live and all that, but if you can find like a base, people can sort of do a 5-a-side. That ups morale, doesn't it?
And it's fitness that 5-a-side. A lot of fitness. I think aside from the fitness though, if we can stick to that formation we did in the second half against Old Owens, I think we could have a very strong season, because that second half against that quality of team with divisions above us was very, very, very impressive.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. It's funny is that the best football I've seen from us this season is about 35 minutes in the second half against Owens.
Yeah.
And yes, that Owens team were a very good team. Were they beatable? 100%. We had the chances to win that game. But you think that was, first game back for someone like Ark who sort of left for the green grass and came back with his tail between his legs, comes back to the Minch. But again, it's something that I think we were sort of missing, is a bit of physicality in the middle. So I'm gonna, I'll go through what my opinion is. I've got not Dan to ask me the question, so I'll ask it to myself. I think we had a really good pre-season. I think the third 11 had a fantastic pre-season. We played a lot of good teams. And it set us up, and I was really impressed with how we played. I don't think we've played for each other very much this season. I think we've got a lot of individuals, and some of them are possibly playing for themselves and not doing it for the team. But again, it takes people like, and I'll call people out. It takes people like Brandon, who's come in, who's very much a team player to the extent of constantly telling people during a game, that's good work, do this, do that, do this, constantly motivating. It gets people sort of riled up for it, and obviously it doesn't help that he's got a bit of quality on the ball as well, so kind of ups everybody. I mean, you've got to think about it is that we've had some losses this year. Obviously, Chris has come back into the third 11 and getting himself in that sort of squad and 11. We've got Brandon that's come in, but we lost players like Tommy has gone to the ones. And I said it in my last podcast, I fucking hate Rory Brennan. But again, he's someone you miss. Is a steady sort of player. But then like Chris, you can back me up watching it, and Ben, him as well. Alex Foster's come in and fucking stormed it.
My most enjoyable game playing down the left with him at Beals. I thought he was incredible.
Yeah, and again, like, look, he's
a good lad as well, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, top lad.
Yeah.
He doesn't mind where he plays, who he's playing, what time it is, he'll be there.
And he put a shift.
We're going through a rebuild, and I think it's taken 3 or 4 years for me, once I took over from the team from Ray as the fourth 11, to get a good squad together. Boys that want to play football, boys that want to go to the clubhouse after and have a beer, but at a good standard.
Yeah.
I think there was a point of where I would have hand on heart liked to have played like the second 11 and thinking we would have given them a good game. I think if we played them tomorrow, they would beat us by double figures.
Yeah.
And that's not just trying to suck them off or anything. It's purely on the way that we played the season, the way that they played. Completely different. They're 5 leagues above us. They're top of their league. And they're playing a good standard of football. And and it's not like I don't think we can achieve it. I go into every season thinking we're going to win the league. At least 2 out of 3 seasons we've come properly close.
Could have got close.
Last 2-3 games where we've just absolutely thrown the league title away. Not even chasing it. It's in our hands, game in hand. All you got to do is get a point from a double header, and we don't.
Don't.
Those sort. That Salvo's game 2 seasons ago. All we had to do was get 3 points out of 2 games, and we came out with 1.
Yeah.
Those sorts of games are killers. That is 1-2 hour thing on a Saturday, and if you play your good football, you come out with a league title, and we just didn't do it. And that was the same year that we lost the cup final. I think everybody learned a lot from that, and somebody that I thought we brought in, and I think you guys will agree, that changed the mentality was Adam Barrett.
Yeah.
Came in, stabilised everything, been there, done it, put the band on, led by example, just knew how to win games, and we came out with a cup that year.
And a league, potentially.
Yeah, I know COVID stopped it. I don't think we were going to. I think we threw it away against them. But, I know how it felt for me, but how did it feel for you guys to be so close to winning league titles in those seasons and then not coming away with
the hardest one to take was the Salvatorians one.
Yeah.
That was a tough day, that.
especially after the semi-cup final win against them the year before, where we went on and lost the cup in the final. Lost the final.
That Crouch End.
At Crouch End, yeah, 3-0 up, 4-3
I don't know
down
what was worse. What do you think's worse, the Crouch End game or that one?
Crouch End game, first cup final, 3-0 up half time, or 3-1 up half time, 4-3 with minutes to go, 4-all, and then lose 6-4 in extra time.
Dan Coleridge scored last minute as well.
Still got that video on that on my phone, quality goal that. But I think for me, look, we've got to the cup final, lost. We then got to the cup final and won seasons in a row. For me, the biggest thing was not winning the league with the threes, or as they were before, the fours. And that's something I want. Looking at the table, it's tough. It's tough, especially with that Catania team I've never heard before. 5 out of 5 so far. We've got a tough game against them, and we need to win, and we need to make sure they start dropping points.
Chris, that year we done played Salvos, yeah? Didn't we go on? No, was it the year before the Crouch End one? We won about 17 games unbeaten or something.
13 was it? 14? It was
no. So I think we went 8. I think it was 18 games unbeaten, but we won 13 games in a row.
The only team in Amateur North, weren't we, to go undefeated from the beginning of the season through to Christmas?
Yeah,
I'll say undefeated without dropping a point.
We still lost that league that year.
Yeah, how did we lose that league?
We won 13 games in a row.
Was that when we had to get
we done a double header over the Met Police?
Yeah, that was that Bushy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I think that game.
And it was the Salvo's 5th 11, and they were pretty much all X1s players, but they were like 30, 40 years old.
Elbows in the back of the heads.
I went there mob-handed with youth, thinking youth would come out, run rings around them, but they just upended everybody. They knew when to stick it in. They played well, tried to play 5 and just overpower it. I think we didn't have enough players that day as well. I seem to remember Adam Pearce playing.
Yeah, we had injuries. Ben, you went off injured as well with your knee, didn't you?
Like the first 5 minutes by two geezers come storming in.
Crunch.
I think my cousin played as well, actually, in that game.
He did
actually. Played well.
And that was something that it came down to that one massive game, and we didn't have the players that got us there, and that was a shame. But we've had success after that. I mean, it was a cup that we deserved to win. Not the prettiest game in the world, but the success of winning that cup, I think it made up for the years of being bridesmaids. It hurt a lot of the time, but I think that cup win made up for it. I think we'll probably touch on that at a later bit. But Chris, what do you think? Where do you think we're going to finish this year? What do you think we're going to do?
Look, how many games have we got? 18 games. Considering this Catania team have already won 5 out of 5. Unless there's some sort of miraculous slip up by them. I appreciate they haven't played some of the top teams, but they've played over half the teams they can play so far, and they've beaten them all. So I'm hoping we can get promotion. I don't see why we can't. We've got a couple of games in hand that could put us up there. Remind me how many cups we left in?
2.
Right. One of them, what have we got? AFA?
And the ODI.
ODC. 2 cups we've never competed in before, properly, in terms of actually we got quarters and semis, didn't we, before, but that was years ago. Considering we're now moved up a league, and I think we're in a different pool of teams, that's going to be very, very, very difficult to get a cup run. But we never know. We've done it before. We've beaten teams 3-4 leagues above us.
We're the same league as we were last year, but you're right. They've taken the top 5 from 4 North and the bottom 5 from 3 North and put them into 4 North. So, theoretically, we've got better teams in there. I wasn't too scared about that at the beginning of the season. And I think people that listen to the podcast and, the boys that are in my team know that I'm super competitive. I don't do this. I don't get out of bed on a Saturday and to lose. I expect my team to have that same ethos. I fully expect us to win the league this year. Do I think it's achievable? Yes, I think it is definitely achievable. Would the bookies have us as favourites? No.
Yeah.
Because we've had a real poor start. And you're right. I think you touched on it before. We've not scored enough goals. Right. We've got 3-4 joint top goal scorers of 1 goal. One of them was an injured Joe coming back from, an injury that he had from 40 yards for a free kick to get us a point at the end of a game in the 90th minute. So we've even got players that who are half injured that are scoring the same amount of goals as the rest of them. You've got a centre back 40-yard screamer. Brandon score on his second game. Connor's got a goal, and that's it.
Aaron scores that screamer. I think personally, it's hard to do this podcast, Sam, right now on the back of the start of the season. That for me, I'm living in the moment, and for me to have that confidence, like we've got to do this, based on the first 3 games, there's not much confidence there. But I know the team. I've seen what this team have done before. With a lot of still the same players that have been around the last couple of seasons. We've beaten teams 4 or 5 leagues above us, 3, 4, 5. We can do it if we turn up and we play.
It's how you carry on from now, though. No point worrying about what's happened like 3 weeks ago or something like that. It's what happens this Saturday, isn't it?
Agreed.
Get a win, maybe get another one. Then you start thinking, then, didn't you?
Yeah.
We'll definitely be going on to when we sort of do the other parts of the podcast where we do your teams and whatever. But I actually look at our squad and I don't think there's any passengers. I think individually we've got some who, and the way that I look at it sometimes is, if you're the third 11 team, you've got the third best players in every position, right? And that's the way you should look at it. Is that the ones have got the best, and then the second 11 will have people that are probably the second or third best in the club in that position, and then we'll have the third or fourth best. And I look at some of the players that we've got, and I think, they could definitely fit in the 2s.
Yeah.
Tommy last year has gone straight to the 1s. We've got the players that we have are completely good enough to be playing the level that we play at. They should be playing higher, and that's what's annoying is sometimes where we don't all click together. I think the lockdown has helped massively. I think it's cleared my head a bit. I think I've tried to force us to play some football that we might not be good enough to play, or it might not work. I'm coming back after the lockdown with fresh, new perspective on what we need to do. I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be easy. I've decided I'm going to be a bit more harsh, which might scare some people. But I think sometimes I'm far too nice. So we need to have a bit of a kick up the arse and, be positive about what we're going to do for the rest of the year and kick on. And, let's not waste the season, because last year it felt like a waste because of COVID and we came so close to winning something. If we get a full season out this year, then I want us to have something at the end of it. And I think I say it a lot, and in my team talks I say it a lot. I don't want to be sitting at the end of year dinner with a fucking empty table. One of my favourite ones to use is that, when you look around everyone else and they've all got trophies and they're drinking beer out of it, you don't want to be the only table without something on there. It hurts. Okay, we come to that part of the podcast that Daniel normally looks after. He isn't here, so I'm having to work double hard this week. It's a quick fire round. I'm going to ask both Ben and Chris some quick fire questions about their time at the great club of Old Minch and Deans. We're going to start with Ben. First question for you is, what's your first game for Minch?
It was against Southgate at home on the not the first pitch, the second pitch. Southgate, would it have been 7th? I think it's 7th.
Is it a cup game?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a cup match.
Southgate
They played in white. Is that Southgate County or is that Olympic?
County. Yeah, Southgate County.
Yeah, it was them. I'm pretty sure, and it was at home.
Difficult game.
Yeah, I remember a lot of if in doubts, get it out. That's what I remember.
You know, you played alongside. Can you remember the back four?
I played left back. Pete was right back. And it was Bovell and Jerson at centre back.
Oh, what
Oh.
What a back four that is! I'm telling you.
Bouvel.
I think you played. No, actually, do you know who played left wing? There was it was Paul's mate. Do you remember Paul?
Rory.
Was it Rory? Yeah,
Oh,
he
my
played
God.
left wing. So he played in front of me. He got a yellow card that game. That's what I remember from it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got more than yellows. I think he
Oh yeah,
only
that
played
line.
red cards, didn't he? Chris, first game.
First game was down in Winchmore Hill, but I don't think we play on those pitches anymore. I can't remember anyone I played with. I can remember one moment from the game.
Oh, was that the pre-season game that we all turned up to? Was it a league game?
No, it was pre-season.
It was at First Farm, wasn't it? And we had
That's it.
4 different 11s down there, just mashed together.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember anyone I played with. They weren't the players that went on. But my second game was over in
You only asked the first
Donkey Lane with you, Sam. You played in that pit in that game, and I had
Did we join the same time? Are you already there? Or was that you?
I was maybe like a game or two before you.
Yeah.
And
So
I had a go at you for being fat and slow.
that's when I was skinny. Thank you very much.
Was that the season before Sam? Was that the season before I came?
I'm fat and slow now. I was skinny and fast back then. Not anymore. Yeah, it was mad that I actually joined as a player.
Yeah.
Wait, left back.
No, I was centre mid.
Left back, he was still in their box when the ball was in ours.
I remember 3 games in and then getting asked to be manager.
Right.
I only been at the club for 3 games and got turned over to be manager. Oh, good old days. Ben, best away game. Where's the best venue for you? Best team to play away?
The best team to play. Parkville's pretty good because they record it, which is always fun to like laugh at after the game. But can I say my best away match that I've ever played?
Yeah.
It was against a team in South London. Chris, was you there? We was losing like 3-0 in a cup match.
Yeah.
I think quarter final, and Harry scored a header last minute, and it was 4.
They win it.
And we went and had all their pizzas after the game.
Car park.
Why didn't I play that game? I was banned.
You were banned. Yeah. Martin Sexton played. Mark Flack played.
Yeah. Connor Cross.
Harry scored that unreal goal.
He just hung in the air.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, even though I didn't play it, I was struggling with my best away game. But Ben, I think you've nailed that. That moment there in the last minute when Harry scored that header, incredible.
I made a tackle to set up the cross, by the way, just to let you know.
Assist.
Chris? Was that South London trip?
Even though I didn't play, I think the passion that came through in that game and us lot on the side, I'd say would be the best away day I've been with Minch. Yeah.
I'd say I've got a couple, and because I'm now a fat bastard, mine revolves around the food. Love Southgate away when they get the pizza go in.
Do you remember the ref nicking it all? Do you remember the ref nicking it all with the glove?
I love that pizza. And then what was the one that we went? I can't remember the team. We played in that stadium, and we had the young girl refereeing. Do you remember?
Stadium.
I don't know if either of you played. It was called like the Middlesex Arena, and we went back in the clubhouse, and they had like a full-on Indian takeaway. Well, none of you that. Connor will remember it because Connor had come back from holiday, and I dropped him and I put him on the bench. So after the game he had played,
with the courage.
No, he'd thrown his shirt on the floor and stormed off. He wasn't talking to me. I'm trying to remember the guy's name. We got him down from the twos. His brother was playing. His younger brother was playing, left-footed. I don't think his name was Winston. Scored 3 goals that game and won us it. Unreal player.
Welton.
Welton.
That's my mate from work. Yeah. I weren't there that game. I was off.
Yeah, he came and played for me. He was injured and come back from injury. Absolutely ripped it apart. Right, Ben, best player you've ever played with at Minch, and you don't have to say me or Chris.
Honestly, Dan Coleridge. I can't say fairer than that, mate. The geezer was quality. I used to be there and just watch him because there's no point me getting the ball. I wasn't going to do anything with it. Just give it to him. And what he did with the football was quality. And then, Dan Coleridge.
Chris, you've played for more than one team at Minch, so you've got a bit more players to choose from. Who's the best player you've played with?
Well, we said it at your birthday Zoom the other week, Adam Hutt.
Yeah.
Adam Hutt. I said without a doubt when I called my 11, it would have been Adam Hutt. I thought he was top quality. He got a bit injured last year, so I didn't get to play with him as such. In fact, I had to go in goal for him in one game. That was fun and games. But to be honest, we can talk
about him later on when we do the your all-time 11. But you named 2 players.
Yeah.
Unreal. That is somebody
but
that
I played with him at Minch, to be fair. So
he is a step above everything. When somebody makes football look absolutely effortless.
Yeah.
He's that sort of player you expect when you load a team, you put him in your 11 and you're going to win.
The way he got the ball in the midfield.
He used to get on his chest and just drop it
past
straight to the foot.
Do you know what? You said the away game, Parkfield, where they recorded that game, and we only ended up doing that once, which was it's a shame because I actually did quite like it. But it was that game where he picked the ball up from centre mid and ran around everybody down the left-hand side, and no one caught him. No left midfielder, centre midfielder, or left back caught him, and he scored twice.
His free kick taking as well. That free kick he scored in the final against Crouch End. The way it was so low, but just a minute, and it was so far out. Incredible.
Yeah. Ben, proudest moment in a Minch shirt?
Probably that game again in that South London team, because I wasn't there for the cup final because I was moving house. Boo. But that semi-final, when Harry scored that goal, everyone ran over. All the subs came over. We all it was like a proper unit. I think that's my proudest moment.
Yeah, that was a big moment. That they were a properly good team as well.
Yeah.
We turned up with sort of a bare squad of our own. And we're not going to get done for it now. The second 11 didn't have a game, so we loaded a couple of players. But again. I think Flacky was great in goal, but I think every credit to the boys that we had there. I don't think they looked
3-0 down. It was 3-0 down, against a team who were quality.
And do you know what? I completely agree with you. That one of Harry's goal, it was unreal, but it also meant so much. Massive goal. It wasn't consolation. Chris, proudest moment?
It's a hard one, this, because I've got 2, but I think it's got to be the cup final win. Because of what happened the year before. But in that year before cup run, when we had the semi-final against Salvos, 3-0 down, Dan scored 2, I scored, Connor scored maybe. What was it, 3 goals in the last 10 minutes to win 4-3. That for me was that, between that and then obviously we lost it that year, but winning it the year after, they're my 2 proudest moments. Was
it not me giving you the captain's armband? No, was that not a proud moment?
Took it off me a year later. How's that proud?
It's for the best.
I did think about it, but I thought, nah, you ain't having that one.
So, last question before we go into the all-time 11. This can be on and off the pitch. What has been your favourite moment as being a part of Minchenden?
Probably the end of year dinners and the party after. They're always really good. What else? Can it be a story as well?
Yeah, mate. Fill your boots.
Chris, do you remember this? Yeah, it was South London again. A lot of stuff happens in South London. I think you were running late to the game. Do you remember this?
I do remember this.
So we're about 10 minutes to kick off. We're looking at the other team, and they're all wearing like Liverpool shirts. Like none of them have got the same shirt. We're thinking they're all ringers. All of a sudden, I turn around through the bush and just see Chris running through with like his shorts halfway down. He'd fallen in the barbed wire because he couldn't find the car park, and he'd ripped his arse. And he's come over and gone, and he's like 20 minutes into the match, and he goes, "Oh, Ben, is there something there?" He's pulled his trousers up, and he's just like barbed wire on his arse.
That was bad. That I had to go straight for.
To have a tetanus.
I went straight and had a tetanus, and I had a few stitches put in there. I jumped a barbed wire fence, 2 of them, and I got caught on the second one. But no, it was literally for kickoff. I was there with 1 minute. Captain.
And you started him as well.
No, yeah. Captain, semi-final, I think it was. AFA?
Had a fair 11, Ben.
AFA Cup, and I played with blood just dripping down my leg.
Yeah. To be fair, when you started that story, Ben, you said, remember, Chris, you turned up 10 minutes late. That could have been a fucking number of games that season. Which ones you pick?
Don't put me in the same category as EL, Jordan, and Miles, because they're running on pure street time. That is street time, I'm telling you.
But yeah, that's one of my fun moments.
Best moment, Chris.
Best moment. It's got to be giving the captaincy armband, to be honest, for a year, and taking the team to a cup final and so close to winning the league. But we crumbled, so it says a lot about my captaincy skills. So
I thought you take it on and you'd mature a bit. Opposite fucking power went to your head, and that was it. Demanding shit of people. Telling Mike he had to clean your boots because you're the captain. Just power just went straight to your noggin. Okay, it's that time of the podcast, the all-time 11 for these two gentlemen, Ben and Chris. They have to be players that you've played with or, been a part of a squad in, seen around. Obviously, you can hear it, do it on hearsay, but, it doesn't become very personal to you guys. It's a 4-3-3 formation, as we've been doing the last 2 podcasts. You have to agree on 1-11 between you. I can't be having 2 different 11s going through. So we'll start very easily. We'll start from the back, work our way forward. Goalkeeper, Chris, who are you putting forward for the goalkeeper in your all-time 11?
So, difficult one. I've played with 3 goalkeepers, actually 4 or 5, but the 3 I've played with is Mr. Lobber, Chris, who's now in the ones, and Adam Hart last year. What I saw of Chris in quality, but I think it's got to be Adam Hart.
I'm not going to argue with you. And he got into the 2s, Joe and Bully last week. Fortunately, Ben, you didn't play with him at Minch, but you played with him a lot on a Sunday.
Yeah. Cups with him.
Arguments? Have you got someone else you want to talk about?
Well, no. Obviously, I'd just say, for me, obviously, I played with Sean and I played with Corin, who is class. And yeah, I played with Adam Hart. That was for Sunday League. So yeah, I'd go Adam Hart. But obviously, I've not played with him at Minch, but I know he's a quality goalkeeper.
Yeah, there's a lot of keepers that are the team, Chris, since me and you have been in it.
I've
been in it. I've been a keeper.
You have. You were quite. You a couple of cup games.
I want to mention one thing, Sam. You dropped me, You dropped me for this game. We was drawing 2-2, and I'm thinking it's got to be finishing soon. I've still not been on. It's like 88 minutes or something. Maybe I think it's 90 minutes. They've Sean's come steaming out. I've been sent off, and they've got a free kick.
Yeah.
And then Sam's looked at me, and I've just started putting gloves on, and I've just walked up there. They've hit the free kick. I've tipped it over the bar. The whistle's gone. I've walked off. and that was it.
Yeah, I think, Ben, you actually did tell me to fuck off. I think you did. At that point, I was desperate for a keeper to keep us in the game, so you could have said anything to me. I was going to say was, there's been a lot of keepers that have come through. Ben's played in goal, and we've got Darren Glyde who used to play quality keeper. I do think Sean is one of the better keepers that I've seen. Seeing as he has not played as a keeper for, it's not like he's been a keeper since he's 8. First time he played in goal ever was for us, and that was just he just wanted to see whether he could do it or not.
Yeah, he was good that season.
In my opinion, he's a future ones keeper. I think he can learn a lot. The things that he's good at, you can't teach. And for me, the things that he needs to be better at, you can. And like you said, Corin's been top draw for about 15 years. So, he's worth the mention, and he's always come down to help us out where he can do, and top draw. But Adam Hart gets it. Left back, Chris, where are you going to go start from?
I've only really played with, Ben. Ben was good. But I thought he was better at right back. So my left. I
swear to God, if you say Rory Brennan,
it's gonna be. Drum roll, please. Ronaldo.
Oh, boo! Boo! Ben, agree. Hopefully, you disagree.
Well, I can't really disagree because it's either me or Rory. That's all. That's only left backs I've seen. So I'm not
Sean Stone played left back.
I'm not going to pick Sean Stone.
Sean Gallagher. Sean Gallagher.
I'm going to have to say Rory.
Rory.
I can't pick myself for left back for one season, can I?
Absolute fucking bellend.
This is going well, Chris.
I said we shouldn't swear on this podcast, but I only said for Rory.
A big shout out to Rory Brennan.
No. I'm so glad he's gone somewhere else. It's the best sale I've ever had is getting rid of him to the 2.
Strategic.
Yeah, mate, honestly. Can't stand the bloke. Centre-back pairing. Now, you can either go for 2 individuals or you can go for people that you think will play well together. We'll probably go for 1 each, and then you can, see if they fit or if there's someone else that can go in there. Ben playing at the back pretty much your entire sort of footballing career. Who's the centre-back that are getting in your team?
You know what? This is hard to pick 2 out of all the centre-backs I've played with. So I think I've played with Jerson at centre-back, Bavell at centre-back, Dan Saunders at centre-back, Darren at centre-back, Aaron at centre-back, George at centre-back. George gets a mention as well.
Big up, George.
Jake's played at centre-back.
Yeah, sorry, George.
Do you remember Jake? He played at centre-back.
Oh, Jake Del Gooch.
Yeah.
Mike's even dropped in at centre-back. Mike's dropped in at centre-back a few times.
Who's getting in? Go on, Ben. Force you to make a decision.
Right, I'm going to go with Dan, because I really enjoy playing with him that second season I played.
Dan Saunders.
Yeah. And I'm going to go with Aaron for a bit of a different player at centre-back.
Yeah.
More ball playing.
I mean, obviously, Chris, you're going to, you played in the 2s as well, so it might be a bit different. You played with Dan in the 2s. Do you sort of agree that Dan Saunders gets in your all-time 11?
I wouldn't. No. I see my 2 would be Aaron. I think Aaron is built for it, consistent. Yeah. He plays the ball out well.
Can nick a goal as well.
Can nick a goal.
How much does he look like Joe Roden, who signed for Spurs?
Just a bit more built.
Yeah, just a bit more
get him a sleeve. Get him a tattoo sleeve and he'll be sorted.
Honestly, they look
my second would be Ginge. Ginge at centre-back. I've played 1 or 2 games with him back there. I think he's top. He controls it. It's a hard one because you've got Bully as well.
So we're agreeing on Aaron, yeah?
But
Aaron's in. Both of you have chosen Aaron. So now it depends on whether you're going to put, you said Bully, you said Ginge, and you said Dan Saunders. Obviously, like Ben, you played with Ginge on a Sunday. luxury
So-
of playing him. You've not played with him at Minch, so you
No.
know where Chris is coming from. Dan Saunders or Ginge then?
Well, I'll have to agree with Ginge then. But even though I've not played with him at Minch, but I know his quality for Bush on a Sunday.
Mr. Andrew Hannon, is that 2 he's made it into now? I think he's made it into 2 all-time 11s.
And he can
And
play
so-
centre defensive mid as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's good there
By
as
any
well.
way. Top draw. Yeah, Ginge is up.
Where are we going? Right back.
I prefer not to speak.
Oh,
It's a hard
Ben, do you
one,
get
this.
your all-time best 11?
Well, it's either me or Pete. So-
I think EL's been very good down there.
That's
I
fair.
won't say anymore.
Since you've decided to go and be a dad, Ben, and not play for on a Saturday anymore, EO's actually had to go in at right back.
I thought he would.
That's where he started his football career, is at right back, and he's a very good one.
I think
also played
Mike,
with him when I was
Mike
15.
Green of 2 years ago for me. Mike Green of 2 years ago, filling in down that right,
When he was skinny, quick, and he had hair.
and he had hair.
He played right back against that double header.
Yeah,
Maybe all the
Mike
running
Green in
he
the
used
back
to do.
line's very good.
Maybe it was all the running that Mike did at right back and made him lose all of his hair. Just ran too quickly, and it all just sort of blew off.
Mignon.
So
Like
are we
hanging out a week.
going for? Who are we going for? Ben, I would put you up there in my all time. I know what I get with you, Ben, and you bleed green, which I can't say for many of the players that ever played for me at Minch. So you definitely get a mention, if not get in it. So I know you're going to be humble and not pick yourself. So Chris,
I'll let Chris decide.
I don't think we can choose anyone on the call, so mine is going to be Mike Green.
Oh, so you're going to... I'll pencil him in because you might want to put him in the middle, but we're going in as a...
Ben's face right now.
Mike Green at right back. He's going to love that.
I'm a humble guy. If you want to pick Mike Green, you can pick Mike Green. I'm cool with that. You just don't want to upset him at centre mid. That's why.
No, I've got a few good centre mids to stick in there.
Centre mid 3. So we'll start with... you can go for a balance. You can go all out attack or whatever. Give us a name, Ben. Centre mid.
What are we doing? Just 3 centre mids then?
Yeah, so 4-3-3. So 3 centre mid, 3 up front.
Dan Coleridge, Mike Green.
I think Dan Coleridge is an easy one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's an easy
I think
one we can all agree on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say Mike Green and Joe.
Yeah, I was going Joe as well.
It's Joe or Barrett for me.
So I think you've agreed on 2. So straight off the bat, Dan Coleridge and Joe Cass have both got in there quite instantly. And Joe was quite humble last week. He didn't put himself in there. I think he's unlucky not to be in all of them. I think I'm not just saying that because he's my mate, top draw amateur footballer, centre mid. So Dan Coleridge and Joe Cass get into the team. Who's getting that last spot?
So you haven't played with him, Ben, but I thought last year when Jamie, he's in relation to you, Sam?
Well, he's going out with my sister, so I don't know if does that count as a relation.
Could be.
We kept an eye on him. I thought when he sat in the middle with his left foot, I thought it was very good. So my toss-up's between him and Casey.
Casey's a good shout, and again, Ben,
Casey.
Casey. You've got a dilemma. Obviously, Chris has played in the 2, so Jamie is a great player. Not that I'd say it to his face.
Chris is going to have to call it then, isn't it? Because he's got one up.
You know what? I think you're right to mention Barrett. I think what Barrett has done for our third 11 is fantastic. Is exactly what I wanted and expected him to do.
Give it to Barrett.
And
I think Barrett for the leadership.
Give it to Barrett.
He led it, and for me, I think that when Barrett is at his peak, that's his best position to play.
Yeah. Give Barrett the manager's job till the end of the season.
Adam Barrett, look at you, Mister, getting in there. Right, front 3. So we'll start from left to right. Who's playing left of a front 3?
Brandon.
Dara.
Oh.
Ooh.
What?
I mean, you've got space for both because Dara can play right or left, and Brandon can play right or left. So you
Dara,
quite easily have both of them.
I've got to say that. You know what? I missed him there, the little one. I've got to say Dara. Sorry, Brandon. I played too much of Dara, and he's got us out of pickles too many times. But hopefully, Brandon does it the rest of the season.
Any wing, I'm picking Dara.
Yeah.
You know what? It was on last week's podcast because he got a mention, and a lot of people have a lot of nice things to say about him, and I won't continue because I pretty much just sucked him off. Said he's my favourite ever player to come through Minch. Someone I've got a lot of time for. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Dara deserved to move out of our team and go play a higher standard. Great player.
Yeah.
A lot of football ahead of him as well. A lot of football ahead of him. So agreed on Dara. You've got two more. So who's playing through the centre?
We know who to go for, Ben.
This is going to be hard.
I've already
hard for you.
The thing is that I'm going to go strategically here because one of them can run, the other one can't. So my centre forward, who doesn't move but pops up with numerous goals, is Mr. Connor Cross.
Yeah, he'll love that as well, won't he?
He will love that.
It's annoying.
He's another person. I can rely on Connor to do a lot.
Has he had golden boot yet though?
No.
Well, he should have won it last year, but
out of order.
Somebody that can score 25 plus goals a season at any sort of standard,
and without running.
He's got one of the best finishes of a left foot that I've seen in amateur football.
Yeah.
He's also the most laziest footballer that I've probably ever witnessed. A lot less this season. He's got himself very angry because he's not scored, and he started putting in tackles in on the halfway line and having fights. So I love that.
Passion.
And he's the most consistently offside footballer that there has to have been in amateur football.
Ever. 12 of his goals a season are offside.
Which is mad.
The refs are shit.
He doesn't move.
Always know he's offside. That's why they keep calling it.
He doesn't move and he's always offside.
Yeah.
Do you agree then, Ben? Connor Cross is getting in the all-time 11.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Chris, I'm surprised you not said Alex Flack.
Well, that's where I'm going with the other side. He can move and he can score on either side. So Alex Flack was up there, but I have just remembered I have played one game in the ones with Harley. So
I mean, that's a good shout as well. But we'll go.
It's got to be Alex Flack for me.
I mean, you've not played with Alex Flack, so depends on who you choose, Ben.
I have played with Alex Flack, but only like one game. I can't take away. I can't take away what Connor done. Like 30 goals, I think it was 31, 32 goals a season. It's a joke.
Yeah.
So Chris is putting Alex Flack out on the right. So on the right wing.
You're not putting him in striker?
No, he's putting him out on right.
That's what I'm saying.
Who are you going to put out on right wing?
We'll have to go Flack then.
I mean, we've had some decent players play there. Gareth played out on the right. Harry's played out on the right. Chris has played out on the right. Rory Bronson's played out there. Eol's played there. Currently got Jordan Mocker sort of in and around playing on that. Brandon can play there. A lot of decent players that have played there. I mean, Tommy Evans plays centre mid, but
I need earplugs for a whole season though, Sam.
Huh?
He's a quality footballer, but I need earplugs the whole season.
At least he's got a mention, which is more than what he got in the last one. So, agreed with Alex Flack out on the right then, yeah?
Yeah, go on then.
So, I'll run through it. That was a pretty easy go through, not a lot of argument there. So we've got Adam Hart in goal, Rory Brennan out on there, Andrew Hannon, aka Ginge, alongside Aaron Ronan. with Mike Green in at right back. I love that.
Not gonna lie, I'm not happy, but I'm.
Cannot believe he's in at right back. Centre mid, no doubt you have Adam Barrett through the middle, Dan Coleridge and Joe Cass either side of them. Pace and sprays all day long.
Yeah.
And then front three of Dara Edwards, Connor Cross and Alex Flack. Happy with that?
Very.
Chris, you playing Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll see you Saturday, yeah.
I appreciate that. I think that is a good 11, and I think you've actually got a bit of balance in there. You've got a wandering left back who doesn't do as he's told. You've got a ball winning centre back, and you've also got somebody who can play out from the back. You've got pure pace in Mike Green at right back.
You've got centre mid at right back.
You know, the front three, fantastic. I think, Dara and Al playing with a statue, Connor Cross. Pretty decent team. Thanks, gents. We've come to the last part of the podcast. I'm going to mix it up a little bit, only because I am down a co-host this week. Instead of having our normal sort of segment of me picking a topic or a question for us to chat about, I'm going to pull something straight off, and yes, I am using it from Soccer AM. This is Teammates 2.0. I'm going to ask you guys some really quick questions. You've got to tell me a player that you've played with or currently in the squad this year, preferably because both of you are in the squad this year, who that player relates to. So we'll start with Ben, then go to Chris. Quickest player, Ben. Who's the quickest in the squad?
Shaw.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I think Shaw's pretty rapid.
I think Chris
Chris
will go first next time as well.
Brandon.
Oh, yeah. I think Brandon's quick, isn't he?
Very quick.
I tell you who's not slow, and you're going to laugh, but who's not slow is Jordan Mocker.
Nice. He gets a shift on, yeah.
Once he gets his big old leg going, they go. Slowest player, Chris.
Connor Cross.
He's actually not that slow.
He's so slow.
He is.
He's not. It's got to be like Aaron, isn't it? Slowest
Aaron
player.
or Darren, Connor Cross.
Me.
You know, just stand the usuals.
The back four.
To be fair, you've got, you're not aerodynamic. You've got a neck like a giraffe and feet like a clown. So,
giraffe.
Consideration.
Yeah, I mean, you're not streamlined. So slowest, are we saying Aaron or Connor?
I think Aaron's that slow.
Look, he's like a statue. The geezer can't move.
Saturday race.
Go from like slowest throughout a whole 90 minutes. It's Connor.
Yeah, most kilometers covered.
Yeah,
not Connor.
hard man. Who's the hardest bloke in our squad?
Jordan Xavier.
Oh, is that because you said say it with your chest? You got scared in it that week.
Is it on the pitch? On the pitch?
Just who is the hardest bloke in the squad? Who are you not wanting to have a bit?
On the pitch, if I'm playing against him, I don't want to be against Barrett.
Yeah, that's true.
He can put some studs in.
Barrett is a naughty bastard sometimes. He's made a career out of being a naughty bastard. He's the sort of mentalist who sits there on a Friday night sharpening his studs ready to ruin someone's life on a Saturday. I agree. I think Barrett is a nasty one to play against if you get on the wrong side of him. Someone who I definitely do not want to be having it off with at any point during game, after a game, on a night out, anywhere is Aaron Ronan.
Yeah.
I ain't having any of it.
Yeah.
There was a point in the past where I thought I was going to have Aaron knocking at my door wanting a piece of me because of things that happened in a cup final.
Sorry, George.
It scared the living shit out of me. So yeah, I mean, on the pitch, yeah, definitely Barrett. Most skillful. Who's got the most techers?
What, in the current team right now?
Who's got the most techers?
Brandon.
I've not played with Brandon yet, but
If you saw Brandon play, you'd agree.
I'll see Saturday. Yeah.
He's got quick feet. He's good.
Most techers?
Brandon.
Well, I haven't seen him play yet, so probably Shah.
I think Shah's got techers. I'll tell you who's got techers, and he sometimes goes a bit unnoticed.
Oh, also Charlie Burt, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen him hit a dead ball like before a game? It's
good or not?
No, brilliant.
Oh yeah, I think if Charlie had if he actually tried hard, he'd actually be an okay footballer. Just lazy. EO for me, and reason I say most skillful is how many players can you hand on heart say are both footed?
Yeah, to be fair, I've watched him the last couple of weeks and his feet are good down that right.
Didn't believe him. We had a lockdown training session. He turned up. Didn't believe him. He said, I don't know what foot I am. And I said, how do you not know what foot you are? Like, you're a 20-year-old bloke, play football, you don't know what foot you are. Of both feet. Doesn't know. You can't tell the difference.
Really?
And for me, people that can do that, serious level of techers.
Yeah.
There's not many people that can take a weak shot and with their weaker foot and have a very similar connection or shot with their strong foot. Can't tell the difference. So for me, like EO is up there. Most intelligent. Who is the most intelligent member of our team?
I don't know.
That's a hard one. I don't think we've got one intelligent bloke between the lot of us.
Nah.
I think Darren's intelligent.
I
think Barrett's intelligent.
Yeah, as a footballer, Barrett will get it from me.
Yeah, go on, Barrett.
Obviously me. I'm highly intelligent.
How about that one?
I think this is the one where we'll have a long list, is who's the least intelligent.
Who's the least intelligent?
Who's the biggest moron out of our lot? Who's the least intelligent?
Is this football or is it in a group chat?
Just in general, who's the least intelligent?
Probably Mocker.
Fuck.
Yeah, poor Mox.
Poor Mocker. I'm sorry, bro.
You're not allowed to
get
say
my
bro, you've got the
vote.
wrong skin colour.
What's that?
Bless Mocker. I think there's a list. There's a full-on list.
There's a full 11.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the one that springs straight to mind is Sean Stone.
I was going to say that, but I thought, is it harsh?
No, it's not harsh.
All right, Sean Stone.
His sister is his mother. His father is his brother.
Nice.
100%. He's inbred. He doesn't even have two brain cells to rub together, the poor bastard.
Well, he loves his though.
No, I'm being harsh, but it's true. Like sometimes stuff just goes over his head. You can tell him anything. But like, you see a cow in the field. That's that cow that jumped over the moon. Is it? You're like, oh yeah. Who's the team joker? Chris, who's the team joker? Who's the one who makes everyone laugh? Who's having the most about?
Probably Mike.
Yeah.
No, the reason it's Mike is because he just repeats everything Connor says.
No, it's just
I was going to go Connor, to be honest. Connor's got the best natural banter.
Yeah. But it is constant.
You're right, Mike's just a little mini-me.
He's got Connor's got Charlie and Mike as his little backup singers forever. Whatever Connor says, he's got them singing off the same hymn sheet.
Yeah. Like Sugar Babes.
Yeah.
Master manipulator he is.
like the Sugar Babes. Yeah, no, Connor's got the bounce, isn't he? Quick-witted.
Yeah.
Who's got the worst dress sense? Who turns up to football wearing the worst clobber?
Sharp.
Probably Chris. Just
I'm
because
not even gonna
he
nibble
wears a
at that one.
matching tracksuit doesn't mean it's cool.
Porsche. I mean, he's got a
Porsche.
moped now as well.
I
He
just
turned
think
up to our last game on his moped.
Did
Yeah, so you know,
No
he's got
way.
helmet to go along with his outfit.
he? He can turn up on time now.
I think anyone that turns up to football in sliders and socks needs to be shot.
Yeah.
Charlie Burt, Jordan
Charlie
Moss.
Burt.
Worst dressed is Jordan because he wears leggings every game if it's summer or
Yeah.
winter.
They're all up there.
Yeah, I'm going to go Mocha actually.
I tell you, you're going to agree with me as well. And I'm saying this because I'm being brave on the podcast. But someone who turns up with a right naughty outfit is Aaron Ronan.
Yes! Come on, Rashford!
I thought he was saying yes about your choice, and you was like, oh no.
Oh,
Yeah, Aaron Ronan.
Aaron wears nice clothes, man.
It's
He
the
dresses
flat
smart.
cap and everything in it. He turns up in.
Smart.
He can dress.
Yeah.
He don't wear leggings.
That's true. Don't wear
It's a
leggings.
man who don't wear leggings.
Last question: who is the teacher's pet?
Sean Stone.
Mike.
No. Sean Stone has been asking for that captaincy for 3 years. I'm pretty sure he told his parents he was captain and asked you to be captain for the cup final.
Yeah. Mike Green, I don't agree with you. I think Mike wants.
You always have like private combos.
He's not the teacher's pet though.
He's
I
like
think he could. I think he wants to be.
He's like
Do you know who I think teacher's pet is? Chris.
No.
Chris is. Yeah, I think it's Chris. Firmly up my bum. That's where
No,
Chris
I
is.
wouldn't say that.
And then you see his toes hanging.
We have a good friendship, Sam.
Oh, yeah, it goes deeper than Minch.
It does go deeper than Minch.
Steady.
I just wanted to say thank you very much, gents, for giving up your time this week to come and spend with just little old me on the podcast. I know we had a bit of scheduling issues, and I'm going to take this time to formally apologise to James Duco for not putting the podcast out last week. I hope you can forgive me, James. It will be out on time this week on Friday at 6. Ben and Chris, thank you very much. I've enjoyed our hour of chatting about our team, and hopefully the people that have listened to it don't take it all to heart. But most of all, from that, you know, we've got football back this Saturday, and looking massively forward to getting out and getting our boots back on and getting some points under our belt. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you, Sam.
And I'll speak to you guys soon.
See you boys on Saturday.
Take it easy.
The Old Minch FC Podcast. On Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. Follow Men's Minch or search Minch FC TV for future podcasts and content.